Hello, troopers, and welcome to the 501st Common Chatter. I am Will, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host.
Chloe.
How are we doing, guys? We hope you're having a fun week. Sorry we've been a little bit late doing an episode. We both went a little bit well in the week. We were a bit down, and we're here now, though, and it's going to be a good one. We have quite a bit of news to talk about. But it's more like rumors for like upcoming stuff in the show. But we do have quite a few Funkos and figures to talk about, and some that are very exciting. I'm looking forward to it. What about you?
I think we've got some really cool like new products coming out. Obviously we've got Revenge of the Sith's anniversary this year, so there is a lot of exciting things that I think we might be spending money on.
Yes. We also have some much anticipated looks at some Funkos. And we've also got a fun main topic today. We're going to be doing a Star Wars movies tier list. So it's not the TV shows, it's just every movie. Now, we hope you don't hate us too much for our tier list. Again, this is our preference, this is our choices. So if you don't agree, that's fine. Do your own. I think we'll maybe have a photo of our finished tier list that we'll put on our socials afterwards. But yes, so we're going to be doing that. And there's some quite obscure films in there that you wouldn't imagine, but they count because it's a Star Wars film.
Yeah.
So yeah, shall we start with news?
Yes.
Rumors, so we say.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let you say this one because this one's pretty special to you. It's regarding Ahsoka season 2.
Yes. So there's rumors that Natalie Portman is coming back to Star Wars. Yes! And if you guys don't know who Natalie Portman is, she plays Padme in the prequels.
It's so good. I hope she comes back.
Literally, like one of my favourite characters ever, and I'm really excited. If she does come back, it's going to be like an Hayden Christensen like coming back to Star Wars.
Even if it is only in like a flashback scene, that is enough for me. Just seeing her and Hayden together, it'd be like, oh my god, new Padme and Anakin clip.
Could you imagine?
Oh my god!
I wonder if she'll have like new outfits as well.
You've already got it planned.
Everyone knows Padme's outfits are like a big part of the prequels, really.
I do hope though that it's not a flashback where Anakin is with like Ahsoka or something, and Padme contacts her via like hologram.
Oh, yeah.
Like, as much as it's cool and you'd be like, oh my god, Natalie Portman's back, it's like you want to see her properly in a really nice Padme outfit, and it's like.
And even if, as sad as it will be to see in live action, if it was like a funeral scene.
No.
Because in like Tales of the Jedi, where we saw Ahsoka there and stuff, but also there's rumors that Hayden and Ewan are coming back as well.
Yeah, because we spoke about that last episode, didn't we? About how we want them in Clone Wars armor.
Yes.
And Rex and Cody there as well, having a chat in the background. Like, you are right.
Potentially be a sort of Clone Wars throwback with all of those in there, because there's a lot of episodes where all of those characters are in the same episode.
Yes.
So.
Could you imagine? I just thought, could you imagine if there's a flashback? Because we do know it is in the Clone Wars series. Imagine Natalie Portman comes back in a flashback episode. Geonosis Padme outfit. Oh my god! Oh my god! And I say that because there is moments in the Clone Wars where she is in the outfit. So
do you know what I think would be quite cool? And it would also bring like Cad Bane back as well.
Ooh.
If they did like the arc where he stole the hologram.
I don't know how that would relate to the story though. But
true.
again, this is all just like rumors, but
I
That
know.
is the big one going around at the minute. That
There's so many arcs they could bring into live action from the Clone Wars.
can you just do a live action Clone Wars?
Yes, please.
But yes, Natalie Portman in Clone War or in Star Wars again
in
is
Ahsoka
very
season 2.
heavily rumored at the minute. I hope it does.
Because she's been asked in multiple interviews, like, "Are you coming back to Star Wars?" And she said she's open to it, but they've not contacted me or anything.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I know you're not a massive fan of the character, but like, you know, we've all seen how much Samuel L. Jackson wants to come back.
Yeah.
He's like, I lost my hand.
I know.
I fell out a window. Right, I can come back. Like, you don't
Meanwhile,
see me like die. He's
there's
like
multiple people that have came back from much worse deaths
exactly
than that.
Darth Maul being one of them.
Yes.
But do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like there's people that want to come back, and you want to see come back, and I would
think
love to
if
see
they
that.
bring Mace Windu back, has to be like him and Boba Fett, because obviously
Ooh.
he beheaded Jango Fett, so I feel like Boba has to get some sort of like revenge.
No, not on
Yes.
Mace. No, because I think the
Yes.
problem being that would really ruin
Mm.
Mace Windu as a character, because he's supposedly like the
True.
greatest Jedi fighter at the time. Do you know what I mean? Like,
And everyone would hate to see Boba die, I think,
it's one of those
I
ones, but
would.
like,
because I don't like Mace Windu. And
I know,
Boba Fett is like one of my
you
favorites.
don't. I know you don't like Mace, but you got to admit,
So,
it just wouldn't be fair to the character if they just
Yeah.
killed Mace Windu off like that, and I don't want that. But Natalie Portman coming back,
yes.
that is a strong
So-
possibility.
So far, for Ahsoka season 2, there's heavily rumored that we're going to have Ariana Greenblatt, who plays the young Ahsoka,
Mhm.
Ewan McGregor for
I
Obi-Wan.
thought you were about to say
Anakin.
Ariana Grande.
No.
Alphabet's coming. No, sorry, Glinda's coming to Ahsoka. I thought that's where you're going.
Imagine that wicked crossover with Star Wars. Then we've got Hayden Christensen as Anakin, and now Natalie Portman as Padme. That'd be so
Dave Filoni is cooking something if all of this is true, and I hope that means we also get like Cody and Rex. Like I said, I'd love to just see them two stood together in live action. Now I know I've said it before. We've seen Cody in live action, technically in Revenge of the Sith, but he was animated.
Yes.
He was CGI. Like,
Yes.
it's different. You want to see a physical Cody helmet, like we did with Rex and Ahsoka. Please. Anyway,
That would
there's
be very
also
cool. I think a lot of people want to see that in the Kenobi series, because obviously he was so close with Kenobi.
well, there was a lot of heavily rumored going around that apparently he was, when Kenobi was going to be a film, and the early versions of the show, Cody was going to be in it, but sadly not.
I mean, maybe they'll do a Kenobi season 2, but also I feel like it would be quite difficult.
Yeah, because you're very limited in the time frame, but
Mm.
anything is possible. It's Star Wars, never say never.
Maybe they'll bring out a film. You never know.
You got one about, speaking of Star Wars film,
Yes.
a big name is apparently in a Star Wars film.
Well, it's
Apparently.
supposedly going to be in Sean Levy's future Star Wars
Mhm.
film. It is going to be Ryan Gosling. So if you don't know who Ryan Gosling is, he's been in a lot of famous films. He was in the new Blade Runner 2049. He was in The Notebook.
The Fall Guy, Barbies, Ken, like
Yes, Ken.
so many, you know.
He's been in a lot. So definitely an amazing actor, and it'd be interesting to see what sort of character he would be in the Star Wars universe. You know, similar to how we didn't know how Jude Law would be in the Star Wars universe, because we've never seen him in anything like that. But yeah, Ryan Gosling's a very good actor, so
would be
that
interesting
would be
to see, and a big name as well. You know,
Yeah.
that draws a lot of interest into a project, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Got some news on a personal level. We should probably share the screenshot afterwards.
Okay.
We had a message
Oh,
on the podcast Instagram page the other day. It wasn't Hayden Christensen, unfortunately. It wasn't Natalie Portman.
Should I
But-
show what it was?
Let's see if they guess from your... Yes, that is the Acclimator.
So we posted this on our Instagram, and then we had a message.
From Lego.
Lego themselves wanted to showcase our picture of our Acclimator on their platform.
Now, I haven't seen it on the platform yet, but I am constantly like looking for it, you know. But we've had an official message from Lego. They want to show
That's
off our
so
stuff.
cool how Lego have actually seen our post. Like,
Yes, and they want to show it off.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, we just thought we'd share that because it's quite an exciting thing for us. The fact that like Lego messaged us. Because me and you were like sat here, weren't we? And we both had the notification come up, and we were like, "Wait, it's like, is this real? Is this real?"
I'm like, is this just someone that is like?
Yeah,
a
because
fake
sometimes you get
account?
those like fake ones, and I was like,
Yeah.
"No," I was like, "No, this is legit. This is definitely legit."
Mm.
So that's quite cool.
Sometimes the fake ones are like official Lego, but because they don't have the tick. But this, it had the tick, and like you could tell it was. Like,
Yeah. Absolute. Oh, that's so cool. Anyway, shall we get on to the figure news?
Yes.
Now, also, that actually just reminds me. Speaking of figures, we have a bit of disappointing Lego Star Wars news. Now, we all know that one of the packs in the summer is going to be a free 27th Star Core battle pack.
Mm-hmm.
So last year we got the Coruscant Guard battle pack, which came with like 2 Coruscant Guards and then like a load of beefy clankers, and so this one they're doing a free 27. Now everyone was like, Commander Bly's going to be in it. We're going to get 327th regs, or like normal troopers. Unfortunately, the latest news at the minute is in the Droid Carrier MMT set, which is coming as well. I think it's about the guy's video that I saw who leaked, or not leaked, but like got the rumor, said it's going to be about $140. So I think that's about 130 something over here. Apparently, that set is going to include Ayla Secura and Captain Bly. So apparently, Captain Bly is going to be in this set with the MMT.
Yeah, instead of the battle pack.
So annoyingly, you're going to get the 327 Star Battles, 327 Star Core battle pack with 327 troopers, no Commander Bly. And you have to buy this other set if you want to get Commander Bly to go with them.
I think they did the same thing last year or was it the year before? With the Coruscant Guard LA-80. So they had Commander Fox in that set, but then they had the Coruscant Guard battle pack, didn't they?
That is also true. But now thinking back to it as well, I believe they've also done this with the 212.
Yeah.
Because Commander Cody came in the ATTE battles set, but then I think they did a 212 pack. So it's a bit annoying because I really want a Commander Bly to go with my other commanders that we've got in our collection.
And same with Captain Rex as well. Like he was, they did like the microfighter.
Well, I think that's why, because he was such an iconic character that they were like, look, let's just do a microfighter of Rex. So everyone can have a Rex.
But other than that, anyone had to buy the Venator.
Yeah. And I mean, it might be a case that I have a little look on eBay when it comes out, because I don't really want the MMT set for us. Okay. It's not one I've really enjoyed, but I do want Commander Bly. And if I'm getting the 327 Star Core and I'm having them troopers and I don't have a Bly, it makes no sense. Yeah. So, yeah. But shall we get on to the other news? Yes. So we're going to start with one of our favourites, Funkos.
Yes.
We love a bit of Funkos over here.
We do.
So
there's lots of new ones.
Yes. So this is going to sound bad, but I'm not going to start with the most exciting ones. But we have a couple of Luke Skywalker.
On episode 4.
Yes. So we've got Luke Skywalker in Red 5. I do quite like that one. Out of all of those, I'd probably say that's my favourite because I like the outfit. I've always been a bit of a fan of like the X-Wing costumes and the helmet. We've got Luke Skywalker, and he's on the like mound looking out towards the two suns.
Yeah.
So it was almost like an iconic scene one.
Mhm.
But he's in his farm gear setup.
Yeah.
We have Luke Skywalker with the remote helmet.
Mhm.
So he's got like he's on the base of the Millennium Falcon. He's got the visor helmet on. And also, as you can see, I think we've got an actual picture of it. It comes with the little
training
ball shooting at it, which is quite cool.
That's cool.
And then we also have a Leia hologram projection from R2D2. And I think that's really clever how they've done that one, to be fair.
I think also it's cool how R2D2's like got a bit of dirt on him as well from the sand. That's quite a cool detail.
A little bit of weathering, isn't it?
Mm.
But again, I like how they've
A little mini Leia.
They've got like something coming out of like his eye to make it look like the projection, and then she's like the same color on the table. Very cool.
Yeah, she looks like a little bitty pop.
she does. But yeah, again, they're all right. I think they're quite cool.
Mm-hmm.
I would say if I was to get any of them, I'd get the Red 5, but it's not like a necessity.
Yeah.
We have some concept. Do they call it concept art? No, they're retro. Sorry, retro design exclusives. So we have It's a Trap, Admiral Akbar at Target exclusive. I've never been a real big fan of these retro ones, to be fair. I will be honest, but I kind of have to be a fan for what's about to be shown. But the Darth Vader box lunch exclusive looks quite cool. Sort of the blue and yellow and the like white sort of stand out. Yeah. I mean, these are two that I won't be getting ourselves, but you know. But this is the big one. This is the one we've been waiting for. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, I lied. I teased you. We have another Darth Vader though, and this is one that I was saying I'd probably have to get. So, as you know, we are a bit of a fan of Revenge of the Sith Vaders on this this podcast. We've known a few, we've met a few, we're friends with a few. So it is Darth Vader on the operating table from the end of Revenge of the Sith. What do you think?
I do really like this one, and it is an iconic scene. And Revenge of the Sith Vader has always been my favourite Vader. And I said to him, I'd like sent this to Will the other day, and I was like, they've just announced this. And I was like, I know we've already got a Darth Vader, because we've got like the Empire one where he's got the saber and his hands out. He's like,
join me.
But I sent him this, and I was like, I know we've already got a Vader, but this is really cool.
And to Chloe's delight, I did say I do really like this one.
Yeah.
And it is such an iconic scene and pose.
I think the only thing I would say about this one is he's got the red eyes, and he doesn't really have red eyes in episode 3.
That's true.
He only does when you see like the sort of inside of the helmet, and he's got the red eyes there. But when you see the helmet from the outside, it is just like straight black, sort of mirrored kind of lenses. But,
I mean, I do quite like it, and I like the fact that it's like him on the table from, you know, the like iconic scene.
It does look very nice.
This isn't been like officially revealed yet, so this is like a leak, but you can clearly see that this is like a proper leak.
Yeah. And
this will be a Funko, and I think this is an indicator to future Revenge of the Sith Funkos coming out, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think we're definitely going to get like Obi-Wan and Anakin Funkos this year.
Yes. I still want him on the bloody little droid.
I know.
But yes, I do quite like this one. Now to the one that I was saying we're all excited for. Oh my god! So we have 3 more retro Funkos. We have Kylo Ren from The Rise of Skywalker, because he's got the cracked helmet. It's quite cool, this one, because he's sort of get like a blue, but then like he's got like the red like in the visor, which looks a bit snazzy. Like I said, I'm not a massive fan of these retro ones. The Boba Fett, I think, from Book of Boba Fett, looks quite cool. Like the greens stand out on it.
But also, I feel like because it is comic book sort of style, I don't like how bright the green is.
Yes, it's more of a lime green, isn't it?
But the one everyone's excited for.
And I will say, out of the 5 that we have shown you today, this one is like not off at all on colouring, really, considering it's a vintage. It's 5s. In his ARC Trooper gear.
This has been rumoured for a while that we were going to get 5
And yes, before you ask, we will be getting this one. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the retro looks, but this one isn't so bad.
Yeah.
Like, the colours actually just look like a normal 5s, really. It's just the shading on the, like, helmet, like the blacks and the, like, little bit of lighter white, grey and that, to give it, like, effect.
I do really like the visor as well, how it's got like the bits of shine. I think it looks really cool.
And you also pointed it out, it is basically the same pose as Rex.
It's just he's stood on the other foot.
And his blasters are like down.
So he's pointing like
sort of down a bit.
Instead of that way.
Yeah, but they're like pointing down, whereas Rex is like up a little bit.
Yeah.
But
it's very similar pose.
We will definitely be getting this one though. Because it's 5s. It's 5s. And it's so cool to see a Funko version of him. Here's the box.
And I do think like this retro artistic series does look quite cool in like a clone character, because Clone Wars is animated, so it does give it that sort of cartoonish kind of look.
Yeah. But I think the one thing that goes for this 5s figure compared to like the other 2 is the colouring of him, in terms of like the markings on his outfit, are like spot on.
Yeah.
As if like the body is basically what you would have as a normal 5s.
Yeah.
It's just the helmet with the like shadows and shading that gives it the effect.
Yeah.
But like it's basically a 5s figure.
It's not like a bright blue or anything.
No, I really like it, and we will be getting it as soon as it comes out, because.
And I hope they do like an Echo as well.
This could lead to a lot of named clones being Funkos. I think a Commander Wolf would be quite good. But so here's the boxes of them. So we got 5s. We have the Boba Fett one. We have the Kylo one.
Yeah.
Again, they're not bad, but I prefer the best one is definitely the 5s. Yeah. Oh my god!
On to Hasbro.
This is so good. This is so exciting. So we have Black Series 2 announcements from the Ahsoka show. We have live action Phase 1 Captain Rex.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks good. I'm not a big Phase 1 Rex fan, but like he does look good. He does look really good and smooth. Like he looks very clean like that.
Yeah.
Again, like the face sculpt is very cool. Looks a bit like Tem. Just with the blonde hair.
Yeah.
And you can have him obviously holding the helmet and stuff. But to go with Captain Rex, we have a Clone Wars flashback Anakin. Now,
like armor.
He looks really good. When you see him like that, that is impressive. As like the face sculpt and the hair, like
it looks like Hayden.
It really does. And this is one again. Me and you want to start getting some of these Black Series figures, don't we? And we want like a little like Anakin, Rex, Cody, and a Kenobi, because they've recently done the Kenobi.
I think if we just get like our favourite sort of characters.
Yeah, I think if we have like a little group of like Anakin Clone Wars,
I've
Rex,
got Padme.
You've got the Padme, Kenobi in the like Clone Wars armor.
Mhm.
The 212th that comes with him can go with the 501st that we've got.
Yeah.
And if we can get the Revenge of the Sith
And the
special
Cody.
pack Cody,
Yeah.
oh, those will look so good. There's a little, you could almost have them doing like a little scene, like
Yeah.
Anakin and like pointing with Kenobi, and then Rex and Cody being like high five.
Yeah.
But he looks so good, and like the stance, the fabric.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of this one.
Mhm.
Now this is really cool.
Mhm.
So I sent you this because I saw this come up in a community post. So the one on the right is the new Black Series Anakin.
Mhm.
The one on the left is the 2021 Target exclusive Anakin Clone Wars.
Mhm.
Like in 2021, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So in basically 4 years,
Mhm.
this is the difference in molds and figures. How cool is that? Like that's such a leap.
Yeah.
Like, no offense if you've got the like Target one, but like it just looks so much better, doesn't it? The new one.
Mhm.
Like the armor looks like less. Like just look at the face sculpt on that,
Yeah.
and yeah, the fabric also makes it so much better as well.
Yeah.
So in my eyes, this is a figure you probably should get, and one we definitely will be doing.
Yeah.
So very cool. Going on to vintage collection, we're starting off strong. Oh no, sorry, we're gonna get there. We got a 4-pack of Roger Rogers.
Yeah.
So we got B1 4-pack. So it's like 3 regulars and a sort of commander, the yellow head. Very cool because they've done quite a few of these as like clones.
So now you can have the separatists as well.
Yeah. I do like, as a simple set to go with like an army. Very cool.
Mhm.
There we go. This is what I'm talking about. Do you see what I mean?
Mhm.
In this one episode that we're doing right now, we've been able to talk about a 501st vintage collection figure,
Mhm.
a Captain Rex Black Series,
Yeah,
and
Black Series.
Anakin Black Series, and a Fives Funko. What is going on? But this figure looks very good.
So for you listeners, what Will is showing now, because you can't see the
Sorry,
screen.
sorry.
So this is Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi vintage collection, and it is the 501st Clone Trooper from the like sort of flashback scenes where Hayden's there with the clones in the temple.
Now, something really interesting about this figure.
Yeah.
When you look at the cardboard picture for it,
yeah,
the clones in that flashback series, the blue
was a weird teal one.
It was a bit teal, wasn't it? It was a little bit lighter.
Mm.
But the figure itself is full on blue.
Yeah.
501st blue. And
so that means it's going to match your Rex and your Fives and your Jesse and your Echo all perfectly.
and he does look better than the other 501st one that
Yes.
we've got right now.
Because we have an older version, but it's like, again, it's a sort of greeny blue. So
it's not like a perfect blue, but this
also
is
also the helmet and stuff. They've changed the like sculpt.
Yeah, it
how
looks
he
good.
moves and stuff. So I think this one looks a lot more.
You can have him with like the big blaster like
realistic.
that. Like I love that pose. I think that's great.
Yeah.
You can have him with the little one, but like I just find it funny how the figure is a different color to the box art.
Yeah.
Like they're 2 different troopers, but I think if they did the figure as the one from the episode, I think there would be a few complaints from fans because they would be like, "It's not the 501st Teal Legion."
Yeah.
But it does look very good, and this is one we definitely will again.
Yes.
We have the Mandalorian Super Commando figure.
So the Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian from Ahsoka flashback.
Mm-hmm. It's very cool.
Yeah, it was nice to see these in live action as well, and that little like I know we didn't see them for a lot, but still really cool. And I know there's a load of Mandalorian fans out there, and I think this will be quite a popular one.
Especially if you're having a little like Siege of Mandalore
Yes.
display as well. You need some Mandalorians.
Yes. We have Shinhati from
I
Ahsoka.
think this one's going to be a popular one because she goes to a lot of Comic Cons, and I reckon she's going to be signing a lot of these.
I think so as well. I mean, as well, the sculpt
Mm,
is pretty good. Again, I know we say this a lot about a load of the new figures recently, but like the face sculpts and the head sculpts and everything is like really improved over the last few years.
Yeah.
And that really does look like is it Natalie? Or was it Natasha? I can't remember.
I can't remember the name.
But yeah, it does really look like her.
I don't really get how everyone likes her so much. The character, I mean. The lady's probably lovely, but yeah, I'm not overly big Shinhati fan.
On the other hand,
Baylan
I am
Skoll.
a big Baylan Skoll fan. And I really like the box picture as well with this and the figure as well.
Do you know what is really upsetting though? That he never got to see this little figure of
I
himself.
know. Look, like that looks like Reece Stevenson.
It does.
It's again really great face sculpt.
And I like how the bottom of it is like actual fabric as well. Very nice.
Just really detailed and
like even on the chest bit you can see like the bits of dirt, like it's not
because
just
it was
one
never
colour.
just black, was it? It had like the weird like off-colored markings.
Almost like bits of rust and dirt. Yeah.
I really
Very
like
nice.
this and I'm so sad that he's not around to see
I
it.
know.
But yeah, that is it for the figures. We know we've been talking a while about that. But like we said, there was a lot. So yes, is there going to be some figures from that lot that you guys are going to be getting?
Yes.
Let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
Yes.
And tell us what figures and stuff you're excited for.
Yes, there is a lot of exciting figures coming out though. But moving on to today's main episode point, shall we say?
Yes.
It is. It is the tier list. Now, as you can see, we have S for being the superior. A for being
amazing,
a very good film. B for being
okay,
it's a good film. C for being it's okay, and then D for being like not a fan of this. Basically, that's how it's going to go. So I think we should do it in chronological order. So like prequels and then what do you reckon? Because there's some of the films that I can't remember which one came first.
Okay.
Now again, like I said, there is some very obscure ones on here.
There is.
So bear with us. So let's start us off with The Phantom Menace. So let's have a little discussion. I like The Phantom Menace.
I do. I wouldn't say it's the best film ever, but I definitely would not put it in okay or meh or nah. So
it's not okay, meh or nah. So
that is my great rating. I would probably put it in like amazing, but not like my favorite Star Wars film. You know.
I think the thing about The Phantom Menace is it's such there's so many bits of the film, you know, like that whole Duel of the Fates battle at the end, that little scene with Kenobi and Darth Maul when they go into town is one of the best lightsaber duels out there.
For sure. Yeah.
I love it. I think it's just so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then there's also moments where you like look at it and you look at some of the CGI a little bit, and you know the pod racing scene as well. That's so good.
Yeah.
And
all the little Easter eggs.
But if we're talking about like other stuff as well that wasn't so good, you know, I didn't like practical Yoda. I don't think he looked great. You know, we didn't really see the Jedi at all. Now I know you're not really meant to because there's no Sith. There's no. I think it was okay. I think it's a good one.
Yes.
But it's definitely not the best one.
No.
So are we saying?
But there was some really amazing scenes.
There were some scenes in it that are very good, and so are we saying? Are we saying B? Because I feel like there's a lot better.
Yeah, true.
So I think
we can always adjust it.
Again, like I said, afterwards we will put a picture of the finished article on our socials. So we're going to go for B. So it's good. So we've got like best, greatest, amazing, good. It's okay. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So yeah. Next up, Attack of the Clones.
I love this film. I could genuinely watch it like every day and never get bored of it.
It is a good film. Now I know it does get.
It gets a lot of hate because a lot of people don't like the dialogue in it, but this is.
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
I'm probably, if I was to put this in one, I would probably put this. Probably in the same sort of category as Phantom Menace, but it could also go up for some reasons. The Geonosis bit. We get introduced to the clones.
Jango Fett was so cool.
I know.
And it's like the start to Anakin and Padme's like love story as well.
It is. I know, but like trying to be very like neutral.
Yeah.
In terms of like as a film itself, not just like oh no, it's got an acclamator in it.
Yeah.
It's got to be goated.
Yeah.
You've got to think about the actual film.
Okay.
So I think at the minute, we've got to put it in B.
Okay. Can it go before Phantom Menace?
Yes.
Because that does matter. If it's like closer to that end, then that means it's like better.
Okay. Again, I know Duel of the Fates and the pod racing scene are like incredible in the Phantom Menace, but like that whole thing when the clones arrive and then like Dooku versus like Anakin and Kenobi, and then Yoda popping up with a lightsaber, very, very iconic. So yes. Now, I'm just going to move it and then we can discuss it.
Okay.
Revenge of the Sith. Thank you. I've got to put it there.
Okay.
It's my favourite Star Wars film. It is, in my opinion, it's my favourite Star Wars film. That whole battle on Mustafar was so exciting. Like, you know what I mean? I was, as a kid watching this, it was like, what am I watching? This is incredible.
Yeah.
The whole bit at the start with the Venators and the like space battle.
And the Interceptors.
Grievous. Hello there.
You've got all the memes, like hello there. There's so much about this film. There's the start of Darth Vader, like, being created in this film.
Like, this is a film that I will always watch.
It's always been the one ever since, like when it first came out, obviously we only had the originals. So it was the one that sort of bridged the gap between 3 and 4. Obviously before like Rebels and all the others came out. But like seeing like Luke and Leia being born at the end, it was like incredible to see that, because it's saying these stories are connected and this is how they were born. And then when you're watching episode 4, then they're grown up. But yeah.
Do you agree?
Yes. It is my absolute favourite film. I used to have a massive Darth Vader poster on my wall when I was a kid. In my princess bedroom, had Darth Vader and Darth Vader costume because of this film. I had like Lego sets from this film. It is the film that I grew up with, and I saw it twice at cinema.
And we're going to
in
see it again this
2005. I
year.
was 5 years old, and I was obsessed.
And we're going to see it again
Darth
this
Vader.
year. 20th
Yes.
anniversary screening.
It's crazy to think that was 20 years ago.
That's so
Like,
weird.
I still have Lego sets from 20 years ago. Crazy. But definitely top. And Anakin is my favorite character, and that film is like
that whole
his
end,
development.
that whole final act as well. Yoda versus Palpatine,
Yeah.
Kenobi versus Vader, Order 66. Like, I remember watching Order 66, like, as at the time, and that almost like traumatized me because I was like, oh my god, all the Jedi are like being killed.
Yeah.
Like, what am I watching?
I mean, I literally, I know you bought it for me, but I literally have a Revenge of the Sith bag and a Revenge of the Sith purse that I carry around with me every day. So, what more can I say?
Yes. Yeah. No.
Love it.
I think there's probably gonna. I think there might be 2 films.
But I
in
do
that-
think you are hating on Attack of the Clones, Harper. Because I do love Attack of the Clones. Anyway,
I love Attack of the Clones.
I know. It's a bit too low, I think. Yay!
You gotta keep them happy. That's all you gotta do.
I'm happier now.
Oh, we've forgot one out of order.
Oh, we did.
My apologies. So I take Revenge of the Sith back off.
No.
So we'll go back to it. The Clone Wars animated movie.
Okay.
Now, this got a lot of grief when it came out. But this was also the start
Yeah.
of what is my favourite Star Wars
Part of
TV
Yeah.
show.
Mhm.
Like, when we do a TV show, one of this,
Mhm.
Clone Wars will be S tier, in my opinion.
Yes.
Because, and this is the film that started it.
Yeah.
In terms of the story, I mean, obviously we're introduced to Ahsoka, and Jabba's son is kidnapped, and you know,
Stinky.
it's made to look like the Jedi have done it, and
I think the story could have been better, but like also it is a part of the Clone Wars, and it's the first time we ever saw Ahsoka and Rex. Which, you know, at the time, because Ahsoka was a completely new character, I was like, what do you mean? Anakin has a Padawan now? Like, he never had a Padawan in the films. But like, as time's gone on and they've made the Clone Wars series and everything, I absolutely love Ahsoka, and
true.
Like, I am really glad they created her as this character. But obviously, when it was just this film out, I was like, nah, it's not part of the story.
I'm going to be really honest. I'm going to put it, in my opinion, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not my
I
favourite.
would watch it, like, multiple times.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd watch it as well, because when we do our Clone Wars rewatch, we do watch the film. But it's okay. It's not like, in my opinion, it's not in the category of it's good.
Yeah.
Like Phantom Menace is like almost great. You know what I mean? Clone Wars is the Clone Wars movie is not that. But
I would not say it's better than the Phantom Menace or anything. Yeah.
So I think we got to go for it's okay.
Yeah. But I think there's a lot that's better.
Yeah, and again, this list will change because we've still got some films to go through.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting one now. Solo.
Now, when I first watched this, I didn't like it, but when I watched it again after you were playing Star Wars Outlaws, I actually really liked it.
We watched Solo because in Star Wars Outlaws there is Sabak, and they do Sabak in Solo, and I was like,
I want to watch it again. So we watched it again.
So we watched Solo just because of I was playing Sabak.
And I was really into Sabak.
We still need to finish our Sabak because I
I
want
know,
to
I
play
know.
Sabak with you.
I do as well. I think Solo.
I'm thinking
Again,
I'm gonna
it's
put.
not the best film, but
I'm thinking okay, but better than Clone Wars,
yeah.
in my opinion.
I mean, a lot of people love this film. A lot of people hate it. I mean, it's the same goes for any of the films, really.
Yes,
But
I'm gonna
think
put it
it's-
there. It's not the worst film.
No,
I mean, there
there's
was some.
a lot of bits in it that I'm like,
Yeah.
like Woody Harrelson's character kind of annoyed me a bit because he's just betrayed them.
And apparently he killed Aura Singh, his character.
Yeah.
But again, there is like some good things in it, and I think it
And
is.
there's like Darth Maul that turns up in it. But also, a lot of people get confused by that because they're like, what on earth is Darth Maul doing there? Because they haven't seen the animated shows. And
Yes. So it's an okay. It's okay.
Yes.
It's not good or amazing, but it's okay. And I would watch it
Yes.
again, and we do watch it again.
Yes.
Next up,
I do like the Sabak as well.
Rogue One.
Okay.
I know this is going to be this one I think might be really difficult for us because I'm going to say I think it's really good.
God.
See, I knew it. I
No.
like Rogue One.
The only thing that I like about Rogue One, right, is the ending where you see Darth Vader in the hallway.
That in
with
itself is enough to make it a really good film for that one scene.
Okay.
I just really like the fact that it was
But
something.
the rest of the film I really didn't like.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it again. They play Sabak in it.
I didn't remember that.
They don't, but I'm just getting you to rewatch and be like, I like it now.
Exactly, they don't. But
I liked it.
I like the scenes with Darth Vader. That's all I'm gonna say. When he's like, Director Krennic, be careful not to choke on your aspirations. I love
That hallway scene as well is one of the most
yes.
iconic in Star Wars. I really like it. I think it's nice learning how the rebels got the plans because it's more story to the start, like literally the start of A New Hope.
Yes.
You now know why they're fleeing and how they got the plans in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I think it's really good. And I think do you know what? A lot of people don't like it, but I like how they brought back Moff Tarkin. I thought it was really clever how they did it. And I don't think he looked that bad, in my opinion. Some of you guys are going to be like, he looked awful.
I didn't think he looked that bad. But also, side note, there was a bit of a lawsuit going on a couple of months ago because apparently he signed something before he died to say, like, people couldn't use his likeness.
I think it was his, like, family estate or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They used his likeness for that. But,
yes.
What are you going to do if you're trying to bring back a character?
But, all in all, I think really good film.
Oh no, not that high.
It's not
better than Phantom Menace. For the Vader hallway scene.
That Vader hallway scene.
But also Duel of the Fates and Padme's constant outfits that are like, I don't know.
Like this puts it at like it's good. Whereas I think it's like really good. But we'll go for that for the minute. We can change it about afterwards. But. Okay.
Well, if you're letting me have Attack of the Clones at the top, then
I gave in with that one, all right? Next up, we have the one that started it all, A New Hope. This is
difficult. Because I wouldn't put it at the top, however, it has a very iconic vibe to it, because it was the one that started it all. And at the time, it was so ahead of its time that
I think as well, like when you look back at it now, when you watch it again, not as a story point of view, but as a film point of view, it is quite dated.
Yeah.
But
it was very ahead of its time back in the 70s.
Yes, and I think the special editions have certainly improved it.
Yeah.
For being like, they're like the X-Wings now in the special editions look so much cleaner in the like thing. But again, this is what started Star Wars off. But we can't use that to justify us saying it's a great film because it started it. I do like it. I think it's a really good film. This is tough. This is really tough.
Does it make it easier if I move Rogue One to slightly?
No. Leave it. We'll discuss it in a bit because it's like because you've got me thinking about that like pod race scene and Duel of Fates, and I probably prefer Phantom Menace over. So you're probably right in that.
Okay.
You're right.
Okay, episode 4.
Do we put A New Hope?
A New Hope
in
is
the same
better than
category? Well, yes, it is. But do we put it in the category of?
It's got more Vader.
Do we? This is where I'm thinking, and you can be like, no, or yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Okay, I'm happier with that.
Yes, but like we got also talk about like the reasons why you're saying Attack of the Clones you like so much is more of a like nostalgic reason. The same reason why we're like we can't say this is the greatest film because it's the one that started it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we have to be objective with this. We can't be like can't let our personal feelings get in the way.
No.
So what do you think? I'm not too sure.
I think I'm happy with it there because it is iconic. It's the one that started it all. For me, it is nostalgic. I used to watch that when I was a kid, but I also used to watch the prequels when they were just coming out as well. But in terms of characters,
that whole Death Star run as well, though, is so exciting. And then obviously, we get a first lightsaber battle in the thing.
Yeah.
Again, I still try not to think of it in like personal. Just because it has that shouldn't mean it goes there. Do you know what I mean? What do you think? I think we might come back to that because it is a really good one. I think it deserves to be in that tier, definitely. Next up.
But, Empire.
Well, no, we got the holiday special first.
Oh, okay.
I
haven't seen the holiday special yet. However, from what I've heard from everyone, it's terrible. So,
if I could put it there, I would. Or if I could put it there, I would. We're just going to put it in.
To make another tier.
It's just going to be like, no.
Okay.
When you watch, you'll be like, what on earth are you watching?
Well, I do really want to watch it, and I should have watched it at Christmas.
Well, we'll have to watch it sometime.
Maybe I'll just watch it without you then, because...
No, I'll watch it. I'll tell you what, why don't we do like a live watch along so people can watch us, of us just watching the holiday special being like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
I mean, I know they obviously included scenes of it into Skeleton Crew, but like, it's just so bad, like, in my opinion. It's got to go there. There's no way it can go anywhere else. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm really sorry. Right. Empire. Best sequel, possibly. Best sequel film ever made, Empire. Probably. It's such a good film.
Not better than Revenge of the Sith.
I think, as a film, again, I'm not being personal. As a film, I've got to say yes.
I thought this was personal.
This isn't personal.
List. what we think is going to be the best of the best. Okay, and you're not telling me that Empire is your best. There you go.
I know Revenge of the Sith is my favourite, but like,
Yes.
it's got to go in that S tier.
Yes.
It is the greatest sequel possibly ever.
Yes.
Like,
And the whole "I love you, I know" is so iconic as well.
yeah, but that scene as well.
And
no,
Boba Fett.
That I'm your father. Oh,
Yes. On Bespin. Put Captain Soda in the cargo hold.
and the 8080s at the
Yeah.
start. It's so much in that film that's so good. I love it. Dagobah, we see Yoda.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so many things making me think now.
And how we actually saw a lot of props from that film as well.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
cool.
Next up,
Return of the Jedi.
again, really solid film.
Mhm.
Really like this film. Personally,
And this one was Cameron Scott's favourite
it was.
show.
Personally, I would pay it. Again, you can have your say. This isn't confirmed.
Okay. Why are you trying?
I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. Attack of the Clones is really good, but I also feel like these other ones
It's not going before it.
doesn't want to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
I really like Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
I would say in the sequel, in the original trilogy,
Yeah.
Empire is my favorite. Return of the Jedi is my second favorite. Now, if I was doing like an all-time Star Wars list of like films,
Yeah.
I would probably put those three as my top three. I would be like Revenge of the Sith, Empire, Return of the Jedi as my top three Star Wars films.
Well, I would have a very similar one, but I would have Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones, then Empire, and then Revenge.
Holiday
Return of the Jedi.
Special, bloody.
I know. What if I watch Holiday Special and I'm like, "Well, what are you on about? This is really good."
I ain't changing that list. That is staying in that category.
Okay. Well, in my personal list, I would have Episode 3, Episode 2.
Yes, but should it be in that tier?
Yes.
Okay. That's what we needed to hear.
Because, as a kid, watching the originals, I would say Return of the Jedi was probably my favourite as a kid. Because I liked the Ewoks, and I liked Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was in Empire as well. But, the whole scene with Jabba the Hutt and, the Rancor, and then the whole scene at the end where, Palpatine's trying to bring Luke to the dark side.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's got to. I think because of what's happened in the film.
I didn't like how he burnt Vader.
Cooked him.
This whole thing is just Revenge of the Sith because it's got the start of. I like Rogue One because of Vader. I like Episode 4 because it's got a lot of Vader.
This isn't a Vader list. But no,
Can you tell who my favourite character is?
Yes, just a bit. So I think, like I said, in my opinion, I like Attack of the Clones, but Return of the Jedi, I think, in my opinion, is better. I enjoy it more.
I mean, in terms of watching it, I would probably watch Attack of the Clones more, but that's just me. But I would say Return of the Jedi is a great movie.
Now we've got the 2 Ewok movies.
I remember falling asleep to them, so you might have to do this one. I would say they're not the best.
The first one,
but they're not as bad as the Holiday Special.
No, the Holiday Special is the last. Bottom. I'm sorry. But the second one, I didn't really like at all. I'm going to put that...
Maybe they go on the bottom tier, but before the Holiday Special. Maybe. Oh, dang it.
And I think Caravan of Crystal, which I think was the first one,
Yeah.
I think I liked it more than the second one.
Mhm.
Because in the second one you had Tibbs or whatever. You know, the character that was in the like same species was in Skeleton Crew, but
Yeah.
they completely changed the look of them.
Yeah.
Because apparently the woman in it was the first Night Witch or whatever. So I think this is the also as well. It is brutal. It is brutal. The second one is brutal. Like at the start of the film, right? This is, by the way, this is aimed for kids,
Mhm.
right? At the start of the second one, spoilers ahead, by the way. You got the little girl.
Mhm.
All her family are killed. The dad, the mum, and the brother
Mhm.
are all killed by the like not pirates, but like the bad guys,
Yeah.
marauders or whatever.
Mhm.
So you've now got this girl, like she's like a young girl. She's like less than 10, and she's now like got the Ewoks. That's it. That's crazy. That's crazy how brutal that was.
Mhm.
But yeah, they're not great. No.
Okay.
But they're in that tier, but they're better than the Holiday Special.
Mhm.
Sequels. Okay. Can I start?
Okay.
So we're going to start with The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Now, again, don't hate me. Don't go mad. I think The Force Awakens is good.
You think it's better than Solo and Clone Wars?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I know, obviously.
I'm all right with that. I like The Force Awakens as well.
I like The Force Awakens. I think, seeing Kylo, especially like this is the first film we had, Star Wars film we had in a long time. Now, there was elements of it that it is basically a copy of A New Hope.
Yeah.
Very much so. Star Killer Base is basically the Death Star. The Death Star takes out the New Republic, basically. But, we had like Han returning. We had Leia return.
Mm-hmm.
I know Luke turns up like for a second at the end. But like, I thought Kylo was really cool. Like when this came out, I was a Kylo fan. Like the mask, I was like,
yeah,
show me the dark side. So I'm gonna say it's a good film.
He was trying to be Darth Vader, but he was still cool.
Yeah,
I really liked his look. I obviously wouldn't say he's as good as Darth Vader, but
So I'm gonna put it in the category of good.
I think I went to Disney World back in 2017, and obviously at the time it was only that film that had been out, and there was so much of like Force Awakens stuff there. There was like Phasma and the stormtroopers in the streets.
Also, BB-8 I think is a really cool droid.
Yep.
Really like.
I got to meet BB-8 and Kylo Ren, and it was very cool, very good experience. But also, it made me like the sequels more because I'd only seen The Force Awakens like once or twice before going. But after going, I was like, I need to watch The Force Awakens again. And I think at the time, like the next one was out as well, and I was like, oh, I need to watch that when it comes out. But yeah, I do really like The Force Awakens. I think it's possibly the best out of the
No,
three.
It is definitely the best out of the three. In my opinion, it's definitely the best. I would also say it is like after this, I was like, there's so much potential for this, but then it sort of goes like it doesn't go like it's like.
I think at first it was a bit confusing because it is such a gap from Return of the Jedi, but I think with all these series coming out and stuff, they are going to bridge that gap.
Yeah.
But also it was something just completely different, for
again,
Star Wars.
I think it's a good film.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people like this film.
I
Anyway.
think it gets a lot of hate.
Yeah, I mean, as much as again, this is our preference. Some people love the sequels. That is absolutely fine. I'm just not a big fan of them. But Force Awakens, I'd put it in the tier of it's a good film.
Yeah.
Now
the next two are going to be hard. Because we don't want to upset anyone. However,
I know.
The next two aren't that great.
Last Jedi, I think, is probably my least favourite film. Star Wars film.
Is it worse than the Ewoks and worse than the Holiday Special?
No, I mean like live action.
Yes.
In the like Skywalker saga, I would say this is probably my least favourite.
I'm going to say something a bit controversial.
Darth Vader, isn't it?
No, but the Rise of the Resistance gets way too much hate for being like the worst Star Wars film, and I would possibly say
the what?
The worst Star Wars film.
What, Rise of the Resistance? That's a bloody thing at Disney. Rise of the Resistance. What on earth are you chatting?
What's the last one?
Rise of Skywalker.
That's the one. That's what I'm on about.
I was so confused. I was like, I've only heard good things about the Rise of the Resistance, apart from the Kylo animatronic breaking down.
I got confused.
Rise of the Resistance. Right, where are we putting Rise of the Resistance?
You know what I meant. So everyone thinks that was the worst Star Wars movie, but it's got Darth Vader's.
I knew it. Oh.
But no, I quite like that film. I don't like how they brought Palpatine back. However, the scene at the end where she's looking up and it's got all of the
stars and the ships,
the Star Destroyers.
Yes.
Like thousands of Star Destroyers, and then she's looking up at the stars, and you can hear. Like, I didn't realize when I first watched it, but when you have like the subtitles on, you can see like whose voices it is, and it's like Ahsoka and like Anakin, Obi-Wan,
Mace Windu, I think.
Even like Kanan Jarrus.
Kanan.
There's so many.
Sakura, I think's in it.
And that bit was actually really
but we're
special.
talking about Last Jedi.
Sorry, I've sort of jumped the gun.
You jumped the gun a bit. We haven't done Last Jedi.
I would say Last Jedi is worse than Rise of Resistance. Rise of Skywalker, for God's sake. I'm gonna change the name of the film because it's too confusing.
You've got Disney on the mind. I'm gonna put.
But I don't know if you agree. Do you think that?
Well,
Last
I'm gonna
Jedi
put something
worse?
in a minute, and you'll see what you think.
Okay.
So, Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Is better than them.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of it. I mean, I thought you were gonna say you liked it, but
no.
Because I thought you were going to say you liked it.
Because
there's Faviers in it. And there's Faviers in it, so it can go.
No.
I think it's got. This is going to sound worse, but I think it's best of the worst.
I liked about was
the Faviers. It's got Faviers in it. I mean, I think seeing the like younger Luke fight Kylo was cool, but like. I didn't really like the whole Canto Bites bit, apart from the Faviers being cute.
I do like them, yeah. And how they set them all free. I like that bit.
Right, but I just think everything else in the film, like Anakin's lightsaber getting pulled in two, and just Leia in space, and it was just like, this is a bit of a hard watch.
Yeah.
But it's Star Wars, but we're trying to be objective.
Yes.
So it's got to go there.
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker.
I'm
gonna put.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
shut your eyes, and then I'm gonna put it, and then I'll tell you to open them, and
Okay,
then see what
I-
you think. You looking? You got your eyes shut?
Yes.
Open.
That's where I was gonna put it.
It's not good.
There's a lot of things about it that I don't like.
The
I don't
reason.
like the Palpatine came back. I don't like
Can I just say?
Luke.
I know. I don't like that he came back. Okay, I get that.
Mhm.
But the reason why I'm putting it there
Mhm.
is because I remember seeing this in the cinema, and I remember getting literal goosebumps when
Yeah.
Kylo goes to Exegol and you hear, "My boy." I was like, it's the Emperor Palpatine. I literally
Mhm.
had goosebumps because I was like, this is incredible, you know. And then he was like, I have been every voice, and he's like Vader, and then like Snoke, and I was like, oh my god. So I had goosebumps in that bit, and then yeah, it ended up just sort of being like the rest of it was like almost
Creepy.
just a bit like we're bringing someone back for the sake of it. Like, oh look,
Oh.
Lando turns up. He's in a speeder on this planet. All right, I'm going back to the Resistance or whatever, and then obviously, like, yeah, somehow they fly now. They fly now, and there's like also somehow Palpatine return.
Yeah.
I mean, I very easily could, like, it's very close between those.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put it there because this one, there is an actual moment that gave me like literal goosebumps.
Yeah.
Like literal, like, and also when I saw Yoda's puppet, like
Yeah,
CGI,
that was cool.
I was like, oh my god, Yoda.
Yeah.
Again,
I was trying to remember which one that was in.
I'm
think
pretty
it was the
sure.
last
Yeah,
one.
it was. I'm pretty sure it was this one.
Mm.
I think it was this one.
Mhm.
I might be wrong. No, I don't think he did turn up in this one because he's alive. Because Luke's alive because he goes to burn the temple, doesn't he? So it is the Last Jedi. Yoda turns up because he goes
Oh.
to burn the books,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "I can't do it," and then Yoda causes like lightning, burns it. But
So which one is the one where Luke dies?
Last Jedi,
Oh.
because he fights Kylo as the hologram,
They all sort of merge.
and then
into
he's
one,
like,
don't they?
he fades away because he's looking out at the two
Mhm.
suns.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's our list.
Was there any that we want to move, or are we happy with? I think I'm quite happy.
I think if we're going by what should be in the tiers,
Mhm.
the greatest tiers, I think Revenge of the Sith and Empire. Yep.
Yeah.
Happy with that. A for being like good, like really good.
Mhm.
Return of the Jedi, yes. Attack of the Clones, yes. New Hope, yes.
Mhm.
And then good, I'm happy with those three: Phantom Menace, Rogue One, and
Mhm.
Force Awakens. Okay,
Mhm.
Solo and Clone Wars,
Mhm.
and then not great. Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid list.
Mhm.
Again, let us know your list because we know yours will probably be different to ours.
Yeah.
We will like take a screenshot of this and put it on our Instagram so for you guys to see in case you've like missed it.
Yeah.
You don't seem very keen.
I just hope we haven't upset anyone.
Well,
The
I
only
think at the end of the day, like someone is always going to disagree with us.
Mhm.
You know, we've had a disagreement today about where some stuff should go, but that's fine because that's human nature, isn't it? You
Yeah.
have debates, and as long as you're not one of these people that is like, no, that isn't valid, you shouldn't say that, then there's something wrong with you. Like,
Mhm.
you're going to think of stuff that I don't like, I'm going to like stuff you don't like.
Mhm.
But as long as we are both accepting of each other's opinions, then it's all good. And the same goes to you guys. Like,
Mhm.
let us know what you think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Should we
believe
do meme of the week?
we can do. Let's just get it up quickly.
I thought this one was quite funny.
This was quite a good one, and the fact you found it also very quickly, like very.
Because I saw it earlier on today, so then I sent it to Will. He was
Yes.
like, "Oh, I haven't got a meme of the week yet," and I was like, "I'll send him this."
And I'm so glad that you did.
Because it's actually been very cold today, so it's a picture of Freezer
Let's go.
and it's a freezer and it says, "I guess I should probably defrost my freezer," and it's got Luke Skywalker with the lightsaber and he's like hanging from the top, so it looks like a mini Hoth, sort of Wampa cave in someone's freezer. Now I can't tell if this is like a figure or if it's actually like superimposed.
I think
Luke.
someone superimposed on it. I believe, like looking at it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's superimposed. But it's quite funny
it's funny. Yeah,
how they've done it.
yeah,
I
I
like
do
that.
like that one.
That's a good one. That is a good one to end on. So, yeah.
Yeah. I have a trooper. Of the
Oh
week as
yes.
well. Because you guys know that we showed quite a few episodes ago. There's the new Columbia Star Wars collection. They've got the Vader stuff at the moment, and there's this guy on TikTok called George Medina, and he's got like a Vader cosplay, and he's shopping for new boots. So he ends up getting the new Columbia Vader boots, and then it's like him as Vader opening the door to the mailman and like opening his boots, and then he tries them on at the end. And I just thought it was brilliant. It's like Vader doing an unboxing. And he's like, "Oh, I got my shoes." They look very cool.
They are very snazzy shoes, I will admit.
Yeah. And then he puts them on. And you can't really tell very much because it is right at the bottom, but yeah, there he is doing his little catwalk in the boots. And I just thought that was really funny. But also, the Columbia stuff is available in the Disney Springs Park in Orlando, because I saw TikTok the other day. But
Very cool.
very nice.
Yep.
And I do like that Darth Vader collection. I think if there was any stores over here that did it, then I'd probably grab like a t-shirt or something.
I think it depends because I think it is very expensive. That's the problem with the Columbia special range, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just like it is expensive. That top, the like jacket that we showed, I think that is like over £100. You know what I mean? Like that's
I
a
do
lot.
quite like though how on like the bag and stuff, like the little zips are like mini lightsabers.
That is cool. That is cool.
But yeah.
Hopefully soon as well, maybe by next episode, we might have a new Funko. I'm not going to say where because knowing my luck, I'll say it. Someone from this area will watch this video, go there, and buy the last bloody one of them. So we think we know somewhere we can get a Neil Funko. Now we both want a Neil Funko. I even had a guy, I've got to give him a shout out, I can't remember his name, but a guy came in the other day to my work and was like, "Do you have the Neil Funko?" And I was like, "Dude, if we did, I would have had it." But yes, so we might be going there in the week. So fingers crossed, next episode we can be like, bang!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just open it with Neil just on the camera.
Yeah, it's like,
"Hey guys,
Neil Nation."
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that. Also, next week we might be doing another tiered episode, but we are in the process of getting around to messaging people because we want to start getting guests on again. So we will be in touch with some of you within the week. So keep an eye out for that. And hopefully we can have an announcement that we can be like, we've got this person coming on and joining us.
That would be
So yeah.
very cool.
So yeah, that's it from us, guys. We hope you've enjoyed our list. And
Sorry if we offended anyone by our
yes,
tier
like I
list.
said, we'll get a picture of it. We'll put it on our
Yeah.
Instagram. And
Should we just say what we ended with for our listeners, because
yes,
they
okay.
obviously can't see the screen. So right at the top we've got Revenge of the Sith as the best, Empire on the same like
In the S
level.
tier,
Then we've got on the next
on the
step,
A tier,
we've got Return of the Jedi, Episode 2 Attack of the Clones, and Episode 4 A New Hope. Then on the next tier, they're like good, we've got Episode 1 The Phantom Menace, then Rogue One, The Force Awakens.
Mhm.
Then on the like
It's
okay tier, we've got Solo and the Clone Wars movie. And then on the bad tier, we've got Rise of the Resistance, then The Last
You've
Jedi.
done it again. You didn't even realise. I was like, you said it, and I was watching you to see, like, are you
The
joking?
Rise of Skywalker.
The
for
Rise of
God's sake.
Skywalker.
I'll get it right one day, guys. We got The Rise of Skywalker, The Last Jedi, then both of the Ewok movies, and then we've got the holiday special.
Yes,
So that is our ranking.
that's correct. I'm sorry. like when you watch this back, watch that moment when she says "Rise of Resistance," then because you can see me looking at her, be like, "Are you serious?" And then she was being serious.
Sorry, guys, I'm not good at this.
But yeah, so from us, guys,
It's like I always go to say like Revenge of the Jedi.
Yeah, I've got a
Instead of
T-shirt with it
Return of the
on.
Jedi. Oh dear.
So from us, guys,
May
may the force be with you,
with you guys.
and we will see you on
We
the
hope
next
you enjoy.
episode.